Live, this is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is August 6, 2012. It is Monday late evening, and here's your updates for today. Oh, I did get Big Bad Boy back in. Big kitty cat. Here he is. He made it back safely. He's okay. Go lay back down. He's worn out. He's really worn out. He's out all night. Alrighty then. So, Big Boy Tiger Lily made it back in, but he's so tired out now, poor baby. He's just sleeping. Came in limping a little bit. He must have gotten in some trouble out there. Oh yeah. This is the second time in about 2 years he's gotten out. So I guess it's a once a year annual event that he somehow makes it out and about. I mean, not just a yard, like because I have a little leash I can walk him on. But this time he went out for a big adventure. Big Boy's big adventure. Well, he's safe at home now. He came walking up with a friend, and his friend ran off. But he tried to bring a friend home or something that he was out with all night. Alrighty then, here's your update. We have 136 days, 6 hours, 43 minutes, and 24 seconds before December 21st, 2012. 11:11 Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, so we're done with that. We'll close that so we can move faster. Okay, the Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. Greece rounds up thousands of immigrants in weekend sweep as economic woes worsen. Okay. So I guess they were sweeping up the homeless. 60. I guess the 60th volcano getting ready to go off. Mount Tongariro erupts in New Zealand. Loud explosions, lightning plumes of smoke. First activity in 100 years. Also today, violent TV shows keep young kids awake, reports new study. Violent TV shows keep young kids awake, reports new study. And what did you do to do that study? I want to know. Some more crap going on with my peers. Italian PM warns of the Italian Prime Minister, I'm going to assume, warns of the breakup of the Eurozone and the European Union. And it says, Quarto Reich. This is coming in out of Rome. Death toll from Typhoon Saloa rises to 45. Storms dumps 1.5 meters of rain. This is in Manila. Also, today, 4.4 magnitude earthquake rattles Scandinavian seabed between Denmark and Sweden. Central California is shaken by a 4.5 today. Also today, large underwater volcano found off foot of continental shelf of West Iceland. Okay. Must have been doing something if they found it. Let's see. Alrighty then, let's move on now To the watchers watching the world. You should check out my breaking news from yesterday while we're waiting for the watchers to pop up. It was very high in Canada. I don't know what they're going to be doing about that. I think it's time to get out of there, maybe. It was like over 4.3 or something. 4.115 or something. On the Inspector Plus or whatever he was using. Typhoon Haikui reached China's east coast. Ernesto to become hurricane. Major threat to Honduras, Belize, and Mexico. Bright red rocks flying out of the mountain as second New Zealand volcano erupts. Mount Tongariro. Volcanic eruption underway on White Island, New Zealand. Heads up, moderate solar flare. M1.6 peaked at 4:38 UTC Monday morning. Where to watch and follow Curiosity rover landing on Mars online. Okay. That's it for the watchers. Let's move on to, why don't we check out SOT.net, see if there's anything different on there today. I'm not going to repeat the same ones we just read. As we wait. Oh, heads up. I was thinking today, here's something that you guys can do in between doing what you guys do. I think that everyone should start writing everything out of their cell phones onto like a little phone book, like people used to have. Just heads up. If you don't want to lose anything with these solar flares, or if the grid goes down, or your phone goes down, or you drop your phone in the rain, the water, the toilet, why don't you make sure sometime in the next day or so, like tomorrow, copy all your phone book, all your contacts onto a regular hard copy little phone book for yourselves. That way you don't lose important phone numbers and everything. If something should happen to your phone, or they can't transfer your phone book, your text, some of your important text messages, information, 411, whatever you have in your texting. And then also maybe you might want to get the pictures and download them into your computer, or email them to yourself and store them on cyberspace or something. Just in case. That's just a heads up, the way things are going. You might not want to lose all your contact numbers. Also, let's see. I believe we only have 10 days before August 17th. Heads up. We're going into, there's only 10 days before an asteroid at 5,000 miles comes in. It's 5,000 miles from the ground, just so you know. Just in case something's up with that. Alrighty, cherry picking the data again to support global warming agenda. Alright. Insecticides modified in GM corn, genetically modified corn, polluting U.S. waters. Isn't that nice? It's very, this, you know, it's polluting it. The insecticides modified into the corn. So, heads up, you're eating Raid. You're eating Raid in the corn. That kind of thing. You're eating bug spray. It's insecticide. Okay? Heads up with the corn. And what happens when they use it for fuel? They're putting it in the air. When it burns, does it burn poison in the air out of the back of your car? If they're using that ethanol, whatever they call it, whatever it's called, that they make the gasoline from the corn, I believe it's ethanol. Heads up. Something's looking in my window. I wonder if it's a frog. I see two little shiny eyes, real tiny shiny eyes, looking in. It's reflecting off the window. Heads up. Make sure that you don't stand behind your car. Don't start it within the garage, because who knows when it burns? Who knows what it turns into? Also, today was not reading SOT.net. Also, they had a thing on the, I believe it's the Discovery Channel. That's what I think it was. Discovery Channel on mermaids. I don't think it was National Geographic, but whatever it was, I think it was Discovery Channel. Just off the top of my head, they had a real interesting thing on mermaids. And if I can get a hold of it, maybe I'll show it to you guys. We'll see. Or parts of it, the highlights. Because they were finding, this is like crypto news. They were finding, scientists were finding, fishermen were finding, and scientists were finding some strange kind of spears out to sea. That it was like something out there's hunting these fish. And they're thinking it's a whole, like, tribe of mermaids that they're finally discovering out there. And skeletons and everything else. So, skeletons, they see some kind of weird equipment that was made to, like, catch fish. So, heads up. Alright, let's see. Archaeologists evacuated skeletons in spiritual fields between 1998 and 2005. This is in the Museum of London. And they were likely caused to be a volcano, which caused world temperatures to cool and crops to fail, resulting in mass starvation. Or they genetically modify the food, which poisons you and wipes out a lot of the population also. And heads up on that. There you go. Okay. Record heat kills thousands of fish in the Midwest. Causes water temperatures to climb in some spots to nearly 100 degrees. About 40,000 shovel-nosed sturgeon, wow, aren't those big, were killed in Iowa last week as water temperatures reached 97 degrees, and a Nebraskan fishery official said they've seen thousands of dead sturgeons, catfish, carp, and other species in the lower Platte River, including endangered pallid sturgeon. Heads up. 31 killed in Uttarakhand, Uttarakhand, Uttarakhand flash floods. Now where's that out of? And that was out of Uttar district of Uttarakhand state on Sunday. Jamaica gets rain as tropical storm Ernesto passes to south. That was yesterday. "97% of the world to be destroyed tomorrow." Greenland nearly all gone. We are doomed. Uh-oh. No, not really. It's just my little joke based on pretending to take people like the BBC's resident climate activist David Shuckman, Richard Black, and Roger Haraban seriously. I don't know. Sudden deep sinkhole shocks Tennessee town. We are getting a lot of crumbling, aren't we? Alrighty then. Moving on. Now we will move on to the, just remember, go copy your stuff, your important stuff, onto a little phone book and just put, you know, file it away with your important things. Okay, let's go on to E-Energy News. E-N-E News. Energy News. We'll check out Fukushima real quick. Oh, we might not have any new news. Let's see here real quick. Okay, today, TEPCO officials left Tokyo headquarters soon after reactor 1 exploded. Imagine not available to public. Claim that their engineers remain to deal with the situation. Hey, TEPCO split town. Now they should have an on-site office. That's what I believe. Since everything was stabilized, they should have had an on-site office instead of running off, saying you handle it, and they got out of there. NHK, with support growing for the 0% nuclear power option, government to delay deadline for deciding on an energy policy. NHK, fears that TEPCO may erase recordings. What recordings? The recordings were they right anyway? Tokyo professor, TEPCO deleted parts of video. People may suspect that they have something to hide. NHK reporters banned from making copies. Only 1/3 has audio. The Economist on positive side of Fukushima. Kids just need to gargle after being outside. In Japan, that is something that children mostly do anyway. You know, all you can say is, you know, WTF. We'll say again, The Economist on positive side of Fukushima. Kids just need to gargle after being outside. In Japan, that is something that children mostly do anyway. Good. So whoever wrote this, The Economist, can go over there to Fukushima, actually be there, and all they need to do is gargle, okay? How's that one? They're stupid asses. Why are you saying these things? That's a crime against humanity. It's used as a weapon of mass destruction. They make weapons out of the byproducts of nuclear power plants. That's probably why they have nuclear power plants. How's that one? Asahi. Disturbing picture emerging as nuclear employees come out of the woodwork. Fukushima workers report groups clocking in with no dosimeters. Of course not. And it's getting worse. You know the stuff accumulates. So it's 500 days worse. Every day it's worse. It's not better. Every day it's worse. WSJ. SEPCO Managing Director says evacuate the workers from the site after reactor number 3 exploded. Bulk of footage is available for viewing only by select journalists. Okay, so that means someone needs to make it go viral on YouTube. So if anyone has that, that must go viral. TEPCO tapes. Fukushima chief calls out Mayday, Mayday when reactor number 3 exploded. HQ started to respond as if he said he was going out to lunch. Radioactive cesium reported in Kellogg's cereal from Japan, almost 20 becquerels per kilogram. Are we importing things still from Japan? Crimes against humanity for you. How's that? So you better heads up it, because once people put their Inspector Plus, someone's getting sued. Someone's getting sued. Don't eat it, but sue the hell out of them. How's that one? Oh. Someone, and the liability insurance is not going to cover you because it's done intentionally. This is intentional. They're heads up, they're probably getting rid of all that debris that they keep piling up and a little bit of dirt and all that they have no place to put. They're putting it in the food. That's how they're going to get rid of it. Or they think they're going to get rid of it. That's right. Say I'm wrong. Why do you have radiation in your cereal? Excuse me. Can't say a damn thing, because as soon as you say, oh, you can't say that. Oh, yeah? Someone said that. I'm reading it right here. Who found it? Radioactive cesium reported in Kellogg's cereal from Japan. Almost 20 becquerels per kilogram. Excuse me. Are we importing things from Japan? Fukushima, along with cell phones and cars and everything else. And heads up. That's all I got to say. I think that the days of buying things and importing things from Japan, most other countries aren't doing that. Do you realize that? Someone getting paid off to bringing that stuff in? Someone's going to get arrested for crimes against humanity. And even if you don't get caught now, I'm sure when you meet your maker, you're in for it, aren't you? You don't believe in that, well, selective, natural selection might do something even worse to you. Because it all balances out in the end. AP, Fukushima Daiichi workers could try to sabotage plant, warns their doctor. AP, Fukushima Daiichi workers could try to sabotage plant, warns their doctor. What do you mean, sabotage the plant? The plant's already destroyed. Why'd you fix it? You gotta get this stuff off the planet. And for the people who are into the carbon tax and global warming, what do you think Fukushima's doing? You think it's warming the planet? How hot is it? How many days has it been burning? How many days? So I think you better focus your attention on Fukushima. If you really care about the planet, you would be focusing in on Fukushima, not talking about anything else. Not about don't leave your lights on at night. You need to get, if you're really worried about Fukushima, let's call you on the carpet right now. Why is it still going? You worried about the planet heating up? Why is Fukushima still going? Of Crimes against humanity, huh? You're all gonna go down. You realize that? Alright, and then you landed on Mars. I thought you're not supposed to go back to Mars. That was the word, wasn't it? You're not supposed to be going back to Mars. And if you do, since you are landing and rovering around Mars, I hope it's not on the part that I own, where you're gonna have to pay like some rent. Okay? Mariners Ridge. If you're over there, you're gonna have to check that out. Look it up in Washington. I own part of that. Thank you. I really do. I bought it on eBay. Let's see. Government releases last year's test. Contamination detected even in the Sea of Japan. Airborne material blamed includes Nagata, Shizuoka, and Iwate. Also today, see, I already reported on this, but it's today's news. July 2012, Fukushima. Man has 20,000 becquerels of cesium in body. Wife has 10,000 becquerels. But all they need to do is gargle, right? And I'll take care of it. You gotta do more than gargle, I guess, if you eat that contaminated Kellogg's. Kellogg's from Japan. Oh, we have some no news. Well, wait a minute. Is that the 5th or the 6th? Sometimes things are so small you can't see them. No. Nuclear experts: substantial portion of California could be wiped out for generations by one of state's nuke plants. You can have a release of radioactivity on a scale that no one can really imagine. We have. It's coming across from Japan. Thank you very much. Alrighty then. That's your news for today. Sorry about the ranting. But some of the things I read is just... I don't know who their consultants are. But it looks like, and this is my quote, the fluoride heads that are writing these things, the fluoride heads are getting even more dumbed down from the radiation. Not the actual writers. It's what these TEPCO. It's not the writers. It's the TEPCO and the people who are making these asinine statements. It's not the writers of the articles. Let me make that clear. It's what the statements are in these articles. And I'm not even reading the whole article. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Okay? The stupidity of these people that are fluoride heads. That's the best way to say it. Fluoride heads. I came up with that. I coined it. I said it a few shows back, a while back. The fluoride heads. Alrighty then. Let me take this off. Alright, one day down. Don't forget to copy whatever's in your phone onto... You want a hard copy on paper or in a nice little phone book. So one day down. And your pictures too. Download them onto something. 4 to go before the weekend. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Take care. I'll see you on the flip side of Tuesday.